Hello everyone, this is Satyam, and now I am going to show in this video about platelets and clotting. So from where platelets came, so we have to see this. As we all know that blood composition, comprises of plasma and cells, in which plasma is 55% and cells are 45%. So in cells we have in blood RBC, WBC and platelets. So platelets are also called thrombocytes. What are platelets? A brief description. Platelets or thrombocytes, these are non-motile and non-nucleated cells. So these are non-motile and non-nucleated cells and are formed from megakaryocytes. And what is the function? So function is these platelets helps in coagulation of blood to prevent loss of blood during injury. Either the injury is minor or major. Now some numerical data or figures about platelets. So what is the lifespan? Friends, lifespan of platelets is 8 to 12 days. And if we are talking about half-life, it is 4 days. So half-life of platelets is 4 days, and if we are storing platelets, so half-life of stored platelets is less than 1 day. And now normal size of platelets is 2 to 4 micron diameter. Now what is the count and critical platelet count in blood? So count of platelets is 1.5 to 3 lakhs per mm³ of blood. And critical platelet count, so what is the critical platelet count is? It is the count at which arrest of bleeding becomes difficult. That is when platelets becomes less than 40,000 per mm³ of blood. So this is now what are the components of platelets? The components of platelets are open canaliculi and dense granules and bodies are present. So open canaliculi is present for the entry of calcium, as we all know that calcium is very necessary for the clotting process. So in the open canaliculi, entry of calcium will take place, and dense granules and bodies, these will release ADP and thromboxane A2. These ADP and thromboxane A2 will be essential for the clotting process. So when platelet is activated, means when injury will take place or trauma, when platelet is activated, calcium will enter the platelet through open canaliculi, and this calcium will cause exocytosis of dense granules, which is you can see dense granules and bodies. These will release ADP and thromboxane A2, and hence the clotting process will take place. Now platelet, what is the difference between platelet plug and clot? So platelet plug is temporary, and it is formed when small injuries takes place. So small injuries are addressed by platelet plug. Okay. And now clot is required for large injuries, and clot stabilizes the plug and aids in healing. Now what are the steps of clot formation? Clot formation occurs in 4 to 9 minutes. It approximately takes 4 to 9 minutes. And now what are the steps? So steps is, and this here we are seeing that prothrombin and thrombin, it is written here. So these are plasma proteins. So prothrombin will be converted into thrombin when prothrombin activator is activated, and we will also see this from where this prothrombin activator will be activated. So prothrombin will be converted into thrombin by the prothrombin activator, and this step is called rate limiting step. Understand this? This step is called rate limiting step. And now this thrombin will in the presence of this thrombin, fibrinogen will convert into fibrin, and these fibrin monomers will polymerize and form the clot. Now prothrombin activator formation, as we are seeing this is written here, prothrombin activator. So we are now talking about prothrombin activator. How it is formed? So it can be formed by 2 pathways: extrinsic pathway or intrinsic pathway. Extrinsic pathway, it is the pathway in which when the tissue injury takes place and tissue thromboplastin is released. And now intrinsic pathway, when trauma to the blood itself takes place, means factor 12 will come in contact with the water wettable surface or subendothelial collagen. This initiates formation of prothrombin activator and then clotting starts. As we know that prothrombin activator will form, then these steps will be initiated and these steps will help in clot formation. Now some clotting factors are there which are named as we are all are seeing, there are 12. So it is named by International Committee for Standardization in Hematology, ICSH in short form. So first one is fibrinogen, second one is prothrombin, third one is tissue thromboplastin, fourth is calcium, fifth is labile factor, and sixth factor is not there. Directly we will come on 7 because and seventh factor is called stable factor. Sixth factor is absent because it is very labile to change into factor 7. So ICH denied the separate existence of sixth factor. And then eighth factor is anti-hemophilic A, and then ninth Christmas factor or anti-hemophilic B. 10th Stuart Prober factor. 11th plasma thromboplastin antecedent or anti-hemophilic C factor. And it is in short form also called PTA, plasma thromboplastin antecedent. 12th is Hagman factor. 13 is HMWK or fibrin stabilizing factor. HMWK is high molecular weight kineinogen. And 14th is prekallikrein. Now enzyme cascade hypothesis. In this some steps are there, we have to see this. In this, here are written clotting factor. So 12th convert into 12A, and then in the presence of 12A, 11 will convert into 11A. In the presence of 11A, 9 will convert into 9A, and in the presence of calcium and 7th factor, 10th factor will convert into 10th. Now this is for intrinsic pathway. And what will happen in extrinsic pathway? In extrinsic pathway, prothrombin activator formed and tissue thromboplastin released, which convert 10th into 10th in the presence of 5th and 7th. In the presence of 5th and 7th. Thank you.